How are you doing there? Today I'm going to show you how to fillet a shark if you manage to get your hands on one while you're out at the beach. We managed to get into a nice one today thanks to Rachel. If you'd like to check that out, I will have a link to that video at the end of this one. And I have some other things I'd like to show you as well. So stay tuned throughout the course of the entire video so I can show you some pretty cool things about doing this. Now, just before we get started, a disclaimer. Please keep these catches legal. If you do hook into one, like if you get your kid into his first shark, you want to take that home, they're a really good eating fish, especially in the 24 to 48 inch range. That's a good eating fish. Keep it legal, bring it on home, and let me show you how to fillet this guy, because they're actually pretty easy. Check that guy out. So sharks don't have any bones. They have cartilage. They have a cartilage spine and they have cartilage jaws, and they've got some little cartilage things that stick up where the bones would be on a fish, but you really don't have to mess with any of that. As long as you avoid the jaws and the backbone, you're totally good to go, and you're going to ride them just like you would any other fish.
Where did you get that shark?
That is a fantastic shark, and that is courtesy of Rachel. This was her big time catch for today.
I'm joking.
You're going to start it off just like you would any other fish. You go right behind the pectoral fin, you're going to go around the gills, and you go right up on top of the head. Their skin can be really tough.
Personally.
So you need to keep your knives sharp. You might have to sharpen them again throughout the process because their skin will wear down a knife really fast. You get that initial cut done, and then just like anything else, you're gonna ride right along there. Give yourself a little room. You're gonna ride right down to the backbone, just like you would any other fish. Take your knife through.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hold this down, and you're gonna ride right down the spine.
I was shocked that they were easier.
Holding the meat down, I want to run that blade right down along the spine.
And it looks just like any other fillet. I don't know what I was expecting to see, but
yeah, that
when
fillet
you
is
taught
just
me,
like anything else.
I was like, oh Lord.
All right, skinning it is going to be just like any other fish as well. You're going to start with the little knots right here on the tail, being right in between the skin and the meat.
And a lot of times we push through, but this one is all about the angle.
Yeah, see, I'm running real close with that, so I need to be careful. I'm going to be a little less angled. I'm doing a lot better there. As I get farther up, I'm going to grab more and more skin to hold on to. Ooh, I'm cutting skin on this. I'll get there. I was able to correct it. I lost a little bit of meat, and there's a little bit of skin left on there. I'll take that off in a second, but that skin comes off pretty good.
Yeah.
This is some belly meat right here. I'm not too concerned about it. It does have this lining. That doesn't bother me, but that's one way of getting rid of the lining.
Yeah, it does some people, and we've seen that. So if it's your first time, I would say go ahead and not worry about it. Skin it off. It's the first time.
Take off that leftover little tiny pieces of skin. Okay. Some people like to take out the bloodline. Go ahead, it doesn't bother me. I've never had a problem with it, but you can skin that off if you'd like. Now you're gonna be left with a little bit of skin like that on the top over here. The top and the bottom of the fillet, they're not the most important part. You will have tiny little veins of cartilage, so don't feel bad about cutting off those parts where the fins were.
Can I go in a little deeper?
Yeah, come on in.
All right, so show them what you're talking about. Right there.
That's that skin right there. So I'm just going to cut off that tiny little sliver.
Bouncy. And again, depends on your family.
Yeah, my family would actually eat this, but
no, we wouldn't.
Well, my dad and my uncles.
Right, and we're big on cutting the bloodlines, especially if his dad is feeding us. He's gonna cut the bloodline.
There's that caudal fin. I'm going to go ahead. All of this is the cartilage from the caudal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off as well. That's or their anal fin, rather, not the caudal fin.
And I'm going to ask.
That I do the bloodline?
Yep, sure am. We can always do it. Here's the other thing about that. You know, when you're in a hurry and you want to keep your fish cold, which we always do, if you're in a hurry, you can always get that later. It's not going to make the fish taste gross or disgusting. It's not going to be a big deal. It's just easier to get it done then.
If you have pets, this bloodline is great for them.
They love it.
And it's really good for them.
Yeah. And we had this big discussion with my brother. Mudline, bloodline, same thing.
It's a solid piece of meat right there.
Can't wait to eat it.
All right, now that we've got them all filleted out, there's one last thing that we need to do. If you catch yourself a nice little shark, especially if one of your kids catches them a nice little shark, you want a trophy, is cut out the jaws. Just like you see in like all of those movies, everybody's got like the shark jaws hanging on the wall. Kids, when they first get like a nice little shark like that, it's a really cool trophy for them. I'm not going to show you how to do that right now, but if you're interested in learning how to cut out the jaws, I'm going to do another video about that. I'll have a link to that right there. Check that video out right there. Let me show you how to make yourself a trophy, and I will catch you in the next video.